This conference will now be recorded.
थैंक यू तमाम साथियों को एक बार फिर याली मदद। आज हम मॉन्ट्रियल के एक बेहतर ख्याल के फरमान को पढ़ने की कोशिश करेंगे, जो बेहतर ख्याल का फरमान है 1992 का। इंशाल्लाह कामरे साहब, अगर आप मुझे स्क्रीन शेयर करने की परमिशन देते हैं तो आई विल डिस्प्ले द फरमान ऑन स्क्रीन।
जी सर, please go ahead, sir. Sir, we cannot hear you, sir.
अब सही है कामरे साहब?
जी sir, we can hear you now.
एक बार फिर तमाम साथियों को याली मदद। नूर मौलाना शाह करीम हुसैनी हाजिर इमाम। या मौलाए मेहरबान मदद फरमा। अलैयुल कय्यूम अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। अलैयुल कय्यूम अली अल्लाह। अलैयुल कय्यूम अली अल्लाह। अलैयुल कय्यूम अली अल्लाह। अलैयुल कय्यूम अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। नूर मौलाना शाह करीम हुसैनी हाजिर इमाम। या मौला तौफीक ताईद हिम्मत व यारी मौला। तौफीक ताईद हिम्मत व यारी मौला। आज हम बेतुल ख्याल के एक फरमान जो इमाम ज़मान ने मॉन्ट्रियल में अगस्त 15, 1992 को फरमाया, उसको पढ़ने की कोशिश करेंगे। In advance, I would like to thank our friend from London for sharing and drawing our attention to this Farman. And this Farman has some key words which we have discussed in our Ibadat and Isme Azam lectures. But you will see how Imam, with his utmost wisdom, gives us a Farman in very short vocabulary or short words for us to read between the line and understand what is not written there. But if you have been listening to the Ibadat Bandagi and Isme Azam lectures, this Farman will confirm and will help you with all those lectures and what we have talked about and how we have brought those guidance to the practice. Inshallah ta'ala, please recite the Holy Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Muhammad. The Farman that I will give you today is important, and I would like you, as you are here, to try to distinguish between the material, physical world in which we live and the world of the soul. आप देखते हैं कि मौला एतुल ख्याल के फरमान के अंदर सबसे पहले हमारी तवज्जो इस बात पर दिलाना चाहते हैं कि what is the difference between the physical and spiritual world. The question would be, do we not know, or is it because sometimes we forget? All the matter of the tariqah, all the ibadat, bandagi, kiryawazari, even though we perform them physically, but it is the matter of the spirit, the soul, and the batin. And let's see what Mola Baba says. What is the difference between those two? The world of spirit, the world of which is eternal in each one of you. Pay attention to these words. Like I said, there are words which are written and there are words which are not written. And you have to read between the line. You have to understand and find the batin in between the line. Mullah says, the world of spirit, which is eternal, in each one of you. Our normal thought was that we are physically live in this world. After we die, we will go to the world of soul, the spiritual world. But Mullah says no. The world of the soul, the spiritual world, is in your alame shaksi, is in you. It is in your personal world, within you, with you today. You see why this Farman is so important for us. And you will see within this one paragraph, Imam have opened our eyes to what and how. I believe this Farman will help us understand some of the things which we did not understand before. With Imam's mercy, today we will try to learn those new concepts to us. And the very first one was that our spiritual world, our batin, our personal world is in each one of us, and that is eternal. Even if we die physically, the soul and our spiritual world will never die and will remain with us always, always and always. But it does not mean that while we are physically living on this earth, we do not have that. No, we do have that, and we carry that personal world within ourselves. Reminds me of Mullah Ali's call, where Mullah says, you think you are a small body when entire universe is hidden within yourself. How can entire universe be hidden in ourselves? How? In the shape and the form of soul and intellect. Our soul, which is the lower I, but it is connected to higher I. Ruhe Ulvi, Nafsun Vaida of the Imam. As we are part of that Nafsun Vaida, the soul of the Imam, the higher I, and Imam is Wakulle Sha'in, therefore we in ourselves, in our personal world, have entire universe hidden within ourselves because we are part of that. As Imam never dies, as Imam is eternal, as Imam is always living and present, part of his soul, we will never die because we are part of Imam's soul. And matter of fact, if everything is encompassed in Imam, then we are also in the Imam. And as long as Imam is living and present within him, we will never die. Do you see how this connection, which was always in front of our eyes, today we are making those connections through this Farman, through this one line, which is eternal in each one of you. The world of soul, personal world, is eternal in each one of you. That which is that part of you, only that part which is eternal. The physical body is not eternal. Physical body will die. Physically, if we have come to this world, we will leave this world. As sure as we were born, we will die one day. What is eternal is our soul, is our soul. And that is eternal. And since our soul is not just a teeny mini particle, but an entire universe, as it is connected to the higher I of the Imam, the soul of the Imam, Nafsun Wahida, the universal soul of the Imam. Our example, the example of our soul is like sun ray. An Imam soul is the example of the sun. In the evening, we will return, meaning the sun rays, return back to the original. And our origin is the sun, the Nur, the Imam. We were never disconnected, even though we are on the earth as a sun ray and in the millions and billions, but our origin, the original source of light, the soul, The sun is Imam. And in evening, we must return back to him. We must return back to him. So Mullah says, only part which is eternal. When life ceases, the soul lives on. The soul is eternal. Now the question that comes to mind, what do we do? How much do we do? And what can we do for something which is eternal? How much time do we give to something which is temporary, our body, compared to something which is eternal, living forever? Are we giving enough time, attention to what is permanent versus compared to what is temporary? From the time in the morning as we wake up, our attention, total attention, is toward our physical being. We do anything and everything to make our physical life happy, comfortable, easy, but what is inside of us which is permanent and eternal, the soul, how much do we give care? How much do we think about? And this Farman in Mullah is saying, without saying it, think about what is in you and what is permanent. Why are we giving our entire life to something of a physical and temporary instead of paying attention to what is permanent, what will remain forever? You know, when Mola Baba comes and we have opportunity and we are fortunate enough to take the Memani in the Huzur of the Imam, what will we take to him? What Memani will we present to him? Would it be something of a temporary manner, or will we present to him something that he can keep forever, something of a permanent nature? Will we give him something dirty and not useful, or will we give him something of the pure, clean, and very, very useful? What will we present to him? The day we die, the soul which needs to return back to the Imam, how will we present that soul to Imam? Dirty, sinful, or clean, purified, elevated? the way we had received it in the most beautiful manner, what Mehmani would we like to present to the Imam? Because the day we die, that's the day you will have the opportunity to present that Mehmani of your soul to the Imam Zaman. You will be in front of him. What would you like to present to him? What Mehmani would you like to give him? How pure of the soul would you like to return back to him? Because he had given us the pure soul, just purest form. How will we return that back to him? That is up to us. Inshallah, inshallah, as the Mu'min, the follower of the Imam, we are paying attention to the matter. Inshallah. Mullah says, and it is important that you understand that the Farman that I am giving you today does not concern the physical world. It concerns that part of each individual which is eternal. Very powerful Farman, very clear Farman, very, very clear Farman. Let's come to the Bandagi part of it. And we will see how Imam is guiding us step by step by step. Imam says further, when you sit in Bandagi, set aside worldly concerns, be humble, concentrate on the bowl and open your hearts to light. So much in this one line, so much. Let's take it one at a time, one at a time. First, Mullah said, when you sit in Bandagi, leave aside, put it on aside, a worldly concern, all your worldly concern, put it to aside. How do we do that? How do we do that? So Mullah explained himself in this Farman. Concentrate on your bowl. You know, we say that in our good times, in our bad times, when we get busy with whatever we enjoy doing, we forget our pain. We forget our sickness. We forget our worries because we get busy with something that we like. And we have seen, right? Men and women, if they like to cook, they get busy with cooking and they forget all the pain and suffering. If they like to build something, or if they like computers, or today we have this tool we call phone, and we are just busy with our thumbs and WhatsApp. हम भूल जाते हैं ना, हम हमारे जितनी भी तकालीफ होती है उसको हम भूल जाते हैं. मैं थोड़ा सा पीछे जाकर थोड़ा उर्दू में इसको एक्सप्लेन करूंगा पहले पार्ट को भी, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट फरमान है. In a minute I will go back and I will explain the first part also. concentrate on bowl as we do for our worldly matters. How do we forget our pain and suffering when we do something we like to do? We do that every day. That is part of our human nature. We forget those things when we get busy with something that we like to do. We distract ourselves from the pain and suffering. Correct? If I'm not correct, tell me. But that is part of the human nature. Imam is teaching us this in very first line, that if you have come to the Baitul Kyal and you have received the bowl with the blessing of the Imam, because you have said, Mola, I would love to be close to you. I would love to do ibadat bandagi to elevate my soul. Now, are we doing ibadat? Because this is the question that we need to ask ourselves, each one of us, ourselves.